we know very well that menstruation is that monthly shedding of the linings of the uterus through the vagina, and it's triggered by hormones, and that happens when pregnancy doesn't happen. Menstruation, it's normal. It's okay to say the word menstruation. I know how we want to even call it period, I'll tell you a story. When I was in secondary school, I'd not even started menstruating. I was in just two. And then my friend who was menstruating was trying to codedly tell me that she was on ON. And then I didn't get it. Naive me. And I was like, what do you mean? So I said it loud. She didn't even talk to me for like 2 weeks. She was very angry that I said it so loud. And those who understood it, unlike me, got to know that she was menstruating, and she felt really embarrassed by it. So I'm saying, viewers, it's time to call it menstruation, and it's okay to say the word menstruation. Yes, it's the flow, but the flow is not dirty, it's natural, it's normal, and let us flow in peace.
My first period experience, it wasn't that big of a deal because I already had prior knowledge about menstruation. I remember then our schools always would come and distribute pads, pamphlets, and I always looked forward to. Then I hadn't even gotten my first period, but I looked forward to it. I would read the pamphlets as well as the adverts I used to see on TV, girls dancing and all that. So period was something I looked forward to. I just couldn't wait to be there. So when it finally came, I spoke to my mom about it. I already had knowledge. She taught me how to fix a pad, and she was like, "You're now a woman," you know. Even though I was just 12, just few days to my 13th birthday. But yeah, that was it.
Wow, that's quite interesting. I think we have like similar experience too. Because when I was in school, like in secondary school, I can remember we always had like pad companies come to the school during assembly times. They'll come and kind of like talk to us about it, even give out like sample pads and panties and all of those things. So it was quite interesting, and just like you said, I was really looking forward to like it. I was looking forward to it because I had like older cousins who every month I'll see them do this. So I had like, should I say, knowledge about, what to expect, what to experience, and, all of those things. So, and even when mine came when I was in school, and the day before, they came to our school, the period company came to our school and, gave us, they gave us parts, sample parts. And so then I just left it in my locker, not knowing that I was going to need it. And then the next day, I think I was like in JS2. And then the next day, I just got on break and, I was feeling some type of way. And then it happened. So when it happened, I wasn't scared. I wasn't, nervous or anything. I just, went to the restroom, changed. So when I came back, the first person I told was my dad. For some reason, when I was growing up, I was very, very close to my dad. So I went to him and I was like, oh, dad, I got my period. Then he was like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, oh. And then, he carried me and then we spoke and talked and talked. And yeah, it was quite interesting for me. Very wonderful memory.
Nice.
You want to talk about yours?
So the first time I saw someone menstruate was at school, secondary school, a senior actually. So what I noticed at that time was it was after assembly. So I saw the person trying to, move away from where we were on the assembly and then signaling to classmates for something. But in my head, I don't know what was happening. But what I saw next was like a sweater being thrown to her, and then she tied it around her waist. And I remember a conversation with my sister, and be like when she saw her first period towards her school, whereby she has to, pull off her jacket and then tie on her waist so people will not see it. So to me, that wasn't embarrassing. And the one that was embarrassing to me was in my unit days. I schooled in one village like that. My school was located in a village actually. So it was one of those, community girls, properly sure that she's not well educated as to, what to do and how to properly care for herself when that time comes. So we were coming back from school that day, and I saw her just, standing by the roadside, like the walkway we passed through going to our hostel, somehow like bushy area. So she was just standing there, and then I just know like something is wrong. I couldn't talk to her because we were like four going to the hostel, but I kept on looking back because holding us release, just sort of to try clean herself up, and it was really, really, really not nice seeing her doing that. So she saw us coming, and she has to pause, holding onto the leaf. But what I noticed was like a blood on her hand, and that just sort of tell me what is happening. Do you get? So she was shy as to what to do next, or even how to. It was really embarrassing me saying that. I tried to go back looking for her, but I didn't see her. Just so that she wouldn't feel embarrassed, like like thought that's going, and I didn't just stop in between just so to have a conversation. But we've been doing similar things in Ibadan before now, just sort of and kids, young girls about menstrual hygiene. So that's particular scenario missing it was not nice.
Yeah,
It
I can
was
imagine.
embarrassing to me. I can't guess her age, but she should be around 15 thereabouts.
Could be one of the challenges I faced is how to deal with the pain that comes with it. It's a very um big deal. No matter how long like I've had it, like each month I get really really worried. I'm like, oh my goodness, like I'm going to have this thing again. Like the pain, it's common that comes with it. It's something that I cannot control. It just comes and it happens, and you just have to manage it. Either when you have to go to work or you have like event or anything you have to do, you just have to put up that strong face and be like, I'm fine, I'm okay. But like deep down, you're literally crying and you just want to be in your bed, all chill and all relaxed. But I mean, life is nothing. So you just have to like go out and do what you need to do. So that is one challenge for me, and I don't know how to like manage that. Thank you, love the stream.
Okay, for me, I would say one of my challenge would be the fact that I have irregular cycle most times. Sometimes it's respect itself and just comes when it should, but most times I usually have this irregular cycle. And when it comes, I could be in the middle of something, I could be in the middle of an event, I could be at work, and I'm not prepared for it because I'm not expecting it. So it just comes and it just kind of destabilizes my day and all that. And another challenge would be some of the I usually have diarrhea when I'm on my period. I have my knee. I have this joint pain. A lot of things are just happening. I have acne, and
Acne,
yeah, it's
general.
it's a lot. It can be very discomforting. It can be very stressful and all that. But yeah.
Well, let me speak through what my sister faced when she's on period. Actually, she's always very weak when that time comes, and she always need help. Like, just literally do everything for her. She just wants to sleep in the bed all day.
I mean, it's not easy, the whole process thing. So resting is, it's very, very, it's much needed. Yeah. So it's a good thing that you're helping.
And the fact that you have to go through this
Every month, like it's crazy. I actually just asked. I was speaking to my friend the other day, and I was like, "Is there a way we could just call attendance instead of having to go through? Maybe just call attendance and say, oh, you're pregnant, you're not pregnant, and you say, okay, you just move to the next month instead of having to like go through the same process over and over again."
I think that there's so much secrecy around menstruation that we would rather put the conversation behind the scene. And because it's behind the scene, it's also shrouded in a lot of myths and misconception. So it's high time we began to openly talk about it. I told you how we visited a community, and by the time we just showed the sanitary towel, people had their hands on their faces. I also remember growing up, and if I would want to go and buy a sanitary towel, I would wait until every other person is no longer there, and then I say it in a very small, but give me pad. And then the guy in the store, someone hand it over to me. But the truth is, when we continue to not talk about things like this, sadly, in the age of internet, there are a lot of misinformation out there. And sadly, our girls, even young women, are falling for it. And that's why the time to speak about it adequately and accurately using the right terminologies is now. And we all need to embrace and have that open conversation. People are going through cramps, people are going through a lot. And if we don't talk about it, it's hard to actually find a solution to it. I was pleasantly impressed when I heard about an organization that has a menstrual health policy. So, for example, women get 1 day off every month, particularly for those who go through serious cramp. And it's okay. There are also countries who are developing policies like that. So this conversation needs to happen openly in school, at home, in the community, workplace, public spaces. I mean, you walk into some facility and right there are sanitary towels for you to be able to change. Because again, sometimes you know how that we're not even prepared for it due to stress, due to several other things. It just shows up, boom, and it looks like your entire day is bad. It's gone. You're done for the day. Like, let me just go home and sleep. But if we have access, then it means that we can continue and contribute to the economy of the country because, yes, we're being taken care of.